We all hypnotize ourselves. Every day, you carry on mindlessly, letting people infiltrate the most valuable piece of real estate you'll ever own: your mind. You scroll on social media, allowing the nameless dictators ruling your For You page to dictate your emotional states and the subsequent thought patterns that ensue. You mindlessly engage in conversations with others, getting pulled into their emotional flurries, dramas, and the incessant stream of petty human bullshit that we're bombarded with every single day. You allow your parents, your schools, and the media to tell you what you should believe about yourself and the world around you, ignorant to the fact that you were in control the whole time. You hypnotize yourself with the words you choose, telling yourself, "I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not smart enough, not confident enough." You make a mistake, but your suffering does not stop upon its recognition. You judge yourself, and you punish yourself over and over and over again, reliving the pain of that experience, recreating it in your mind, and constantly flooding your psyche with the pain associated with that mistake. That's not justice. That's masochism. It's self-destruction. In the first book of John, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God." Now, if you have some resistance towards that word, God, I want you to realize it. I want you to sit with it for a second, acknowledge it. Don't click off the video yet. This is not some woo-woo religious channel. But I want you to park it, put it aside for a second, because I want you to interpret this verse with an open mind, like a philosopher would, like a scientist would. Because God is not some bearded man up in the sky somewhere. God is not a blue monk with 3 heads meditating on a lotus flower. That word is just a label. It's a label to describe the unifying principle of all things. The very creative essence that permeates every living being and every atom within the physical reality that we are experiencing and interacting with. God is love, it's oneness, it's the source, it's infinity, it's the universe, however you want to think about it. That's what we're talking about when we say God. Now, with that perspective in mind, what I want you to think about is the power of that verse, because it alludes to what we're talking about here today. The power of self-hypnosis, the power of the Word. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. If God is the creator, the very essence that makes everything possible, everything real, and you were gifted with the Word from a very young age. You learned how to label things, how to categorize, how to understand the world around you through the Word, and the Word is God. Then you have that creative, unlimited power within you. The problem is that most people don't realize this, and they don't use it deliberately. When you understand what I'm saying here, you won't understand what I meant in the intro of this video when I said we are being hypnotized, right? Think about the last time you were on a bus or at a cafe, at a restaurant, whatever, and you see people. Tinder, Instagram Reels, YouTubers, radical political commentary, all this bullshit that we're constantly feeding into our minds while we're in a hypnotic state that is permeating inner psyche and forming beliefs and unverified truths that are then affect how we interact with the world around us. There is the Associate Chair of Psychiatry for Stanford University School of Medicine. His name is Dr. David Spiegel. He's one of the founding fathers of hypnotherapy. He's published over 400 research papers on this. So if you thought hypnosis was some like woo-woo crazy thing, it's not. It has scientific backing to it. Not that science is the be-all end-all. You should think critically. My point in saying that is that the way he defined hypnosis is a highly focused state of attention. He described it like looking through a telephoto lens of a camera. So imagine you're looking through the lens of a camera, and the things that you see, the things that are in focus, are highly detailed, but everything around it is devoid of any context. It's blurry. And that's the state that we're in when we're consuming our media, when we're in conversations with people, when you're watching a movie and you feel immersed in the experience. That's the hypnotic state. And when we're in those hypnotic states, we are highly suggestible to the information that comes in. I want to keep this video short because I'd like to believe that you're smart enough to start putting the pieces together for yourself. The word, the power of self-talk, and the power of self-hypnosis. You need to take control of these things. If you're not consciously curating the information that you allow into your awareness, if you are not programming yourself with high quality informations, high quality relationships, emotions, if you're not programming yourself with beliefs that serves you, you will be programmed by society, by school, by the media. You must become a conscious curator and conscious creator of your reality, and it starts with the word. It starts with how you speak to yourself. It is so common for us to say things to ourselves like, I'm an anxious person. I'm not good at public speaking. I'm just not that confident. I'm not attractive enough. Once I make X amount of money in my business, then I'll be able to do X, Y, Z, the things I really want to do. All of these things we are manifesting every single second with the power of our words. And I mean manifesting in the literal sense, not in some monk in the clouds type of way. You have to use the word deliberately, consciously, with presence. And you have to consciously curate the information that you allow into your awareness. Right? The movies that you watch, the music that you listen to, the conversations you have with your friends, the actual friends that you allow into your social circle, the YouTube videos you watch, the books you read, all of it is subliminally programming you to act a certain way. And if you have this ambitious goal, this grand vision of the kind of person you want to be, the business you want to build, the career you want to build, the relationships that you want to foster, you don't get there by accident. None of those things are built by accident. They are built through deliberate mental programming and action in the real world that is in accordance with those beliefs. You see, it is impossible for us to act in a way that doesn't align with our beliefs. The problem is that most of us have beliefs that are terrible and that don't serve us. Why? Because blah blah blah, Instagram story, random reel, stupid bullshit, YouTube videos, all this random crap. We are literally hypnotizing ourselves every day. So I suggest you take control of this process and learn to use it to your advantage. I'll give you one very practical tip that I use every single day, aside from just being very vigorous with who you follow on social media and picking up the right kind of books, etc. And this is the actual state of hypnosis. Now, they've done research on this, on what brings someone into a state of hypnosis by putting people in a functional MRI scan and then simply performing the hypnosis on them while they have this like scan going on. And what they found is that one of the most important things that has to happen in order for someone to enter that hypnotic state is the reduction of what is called dorsal anterior cingulate cortex activity, DACC. You don't need to remember that. But essentially, that part of your brain, which is located somewhere in the middle, right around the back here, is the part of your brain that dictates what action you should be focused on. So if I'm here at my desk and I'm typing away, doing some work or whatever, and I hear a really loud noise outside my apartment, like it sounds like a gunshot, the DACC is what lets my brain know, hey, maybe we should pay attention to that and see what's going on. So when we lower DACC activity inside our brains, that's when we are able to get into that hypnotic state, and when we are able to use those affirmations, use that visualization, whatever other method you would like to use. So the first thing is finding a space that's quiet, a position that you're comfortable in. I do this every night before bed, sometimes in the morning, maybe for 20 minutes in the middle of the day if I have some time. Get into a meditative state, right? Take deep belly breaths. In through the nose, fill your diaphragm, feel your lungs expand. Deep breaths, and do a body scan. A body scan is where you feel each individual part of your body. So I'll start with my eyelids. I'll close my eyes and I'll feel my eyelids getting very heavy, super heavy. And then I'll move down my neck, my torso, my arms, and I'll go through each individual body part of mine and I'll just try to feel it and I'll relax it. Only once I feel fully relaxed and I feel like I'm entering that meditative state, only then do I start using visualization. Right? Maybe I have a presentation for school and I visualize it going well. I visualize myself being articulate and charismatic, and I picture the reactions of my classmates when I'm articulating and gesturing towards them, and I see the look of engagement on their faces. I do the same for YouTube, by the way, letting you in on my secrets. Maybe it's a first date and you're visualizing the charming smile that you'll give this girl and how she'll react when you place your hand around her hip, or the smile on her face when you pay. I hope you pay for first dates. So you can use visualization for anything. I've made a video on that 2 videos ago. But it's important that you get into that hypnotic state first. And you can also use affirmations, right? I talked about this in that previous video as well. Something that I program into my head over and over again is the following. I am a well-spoken, articulate, and highly charismatic person. The spoken word is my sword, and I am a master at work. Have you noticed throughout this presentation that I haven't really done any cuts and that I'm pretty good at speaking? Well, that took time. That took practice. That took conscious curation of my inputs, and it took hypnosis. So you can do this for everything, right? One last thing is that you can probably find a bunch of these meditations on YouTube for free, these like self-hypnosis meditations to break your addictions, for deep sleep, for success, wealth, and abundance, all this kind of stuff. I make my own, and I would suggest that you do that too. So write out some statements, some beliefs, some principles that you would like to have, right? I have them on my wall here. It includes that well-spoken one that I said. But write out some principles, some values, some attributes that you want to have and believe about yourself, and review them while in a meditative state. Maybe write out your goals, your dreams, your highest ambitions in life. Read them, review them. You have to become obsessed with it. I hope that helps. Please, after you watch this video, pick another one that's really good. Or, even better, go meditate. If you're new to this channel, my name is Mikey, and in this channel, I like talking about entrepreneurship in the digital renaissance. I like talking about mental alchemy, so topics like this, like we're discussing today, and performance optimization. So things such as drinking yerba, because mate is the best form of caffeine there is. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you around. Peace.